The one and only Steve Holland on the phone with me. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Paul Gallo, and good morning, Mississippi.
You get any rain yet?
It's beginning to come on down.
That's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Wash that pollen out of the air. How are you doing? Everything okay with you? No COVID?
Oh, man. It's all good. It's all good. I'm enjoying being just a regular old citizen in Lee County, Mississippi, doing my thing.
I thought I was
going to every day.
I thought I was. This would be an occasion for you to announce that you're going to be running again.
Just let me say in my famous way, I'm praying about it, but I doubt seriously the prayers are getting more than 3 or 4 inches up.
They got a long way to penetrate. In other words,
I'm on Medicare now. So my gosh, life's good.
Let me. So you can look at this a little bit. Are you following this? And I hope you are, because as a longtime chairman of Medicaid, I know it's hard to disconnect yourself with this. But are you following what happened as far as the session on Friday and knowing that both bills died on calendar? And what's your analysis of this?
Well, I can't say that I am following moment by moment. I'm doing about 450 funerals a year at my funeral home, and so I stay busy all the time. But I am interested in Medicaid, just as interested as I've ever been, and I know that both chambers killed the tech bill, which is not the most unusual thing in the world. That comes up every 5 years, and it's happened in my 36-year career 2 or 3 times. I don't fear it so much. I don't know the dynamics of why they killed it. I know the House was wanting to reestablish a freestanding commission by appointment to run the Division of Medicaid and take it from the governor, and I know the Senate was trying to include some new language for mothers and babies, which is certainly a noble thing in this impoverished state where we have so many, the highest infant death rate of any state in the nation, and so many mothers giving birth in poverty. But the apparently it's a lot of political dynamics involved too. And I've been to Jackson 3 times since I walked out of the Capitol my last time. So I can't say the inside that I know the inside works, but I do know one thing, Paul. They'll fix it.
Well, they've got to fix it. Either bring it back up now. How hard would that be? Since both bills died on calendar, it's not dead.
Well, I don't know what the internal Republican war is down there exactly, but now, the Speaker and the Lieutenant Governor need to be meeting here in the next 5 to 10 minutes and saying, what are we going to do about Medicaid? Because it is literally the entire foundation of health care in the state of Mississippi. My North Mississippi Medical Center, Forest General, Gulfport Memorial, the University of Mississippi Medical Center will shut down almost immediately if there's no Medicaid program. That's how important it is. 93% of every nursing home bed in the state of Mississippi is paid for by the Mississippi Medicaid program. I don't know of any other program that's more important that they're talking about. It's certainly a hell of a lot more important than transgender athletes, I can tell you that.
Did, when you guys were working your way through this, the expansion of Medicaid was always a topic. It's still a topic today.
I don't know if that had something to do with killing it or not. I know there's people, even before I left down there were a lot of my Republican brothers and sisters that thought it was fairly futile to not expand Medicaid. And now with the new Biden stimulus plan, which adds, oh my God, exponentially millions and millions and millions of more dollars to the Medicaid program in the state of Mississippi for free, the time has never been greater for that discussion. I don't know if it's been had this year or not. I doubt it seriously. There's certainly never been since the original bill passed 8 years ago, 7 years ago, any real serious public discussion about it. My buddies said, man, that would be the thing to do, but there's no leadership involved in that, and I don't understand that. I mean, oh, my Lord, what it would do. We've already lost $1.8 billion, the last report I got, by not participating in that in the most impoverished state in the nation that gets 75 cents returned by 49 other states to this state for health care for the quarter that we put up.
You think we're closer to that? Do you think maybe there's some House and Senate members?
I don't even have I do have 3 college degrees, and I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but certainly the knife has been sharpened a whole lot over my lifetime, and I just don't understand the psychology of not talking about it at least, and giving a public forum so that at least the idea, which is available just with a vote in the state of Mississippi, can be sponged and massaged, and its importance told in the committees of the legislature. Oh my God! I mean, it's unbelievable what it would do to health care.
One of the things is, a lot of us who are not under the dome over there are confused, and I get a lot of people talk to me about it and says, exactly where are we now to where we were then? When you were in chairman of Medicaid, and we were talking about that, and during the Obama administration, when some of this was being funneled our way, it was, you guys come on, expand it, put another 300,000 people on it. It's not going to cost you anything. Won't cost you maybe 10 cents on a dollar, but next year it's going to cost you 20, the next year 30, the next year 40. And then some of the people looking at this saying, well, wait a minute, 4 or 5 years from now, you could either drop it sooner, or by 4 or 5 years from now, we're going to be paying more money than we have to give education. So I could see that there would be some hesitancy back then, but I've heard that the rules of the format's changed.
It has changed, and that's my whole point. I mean, now more than ever, the time has come to get serious about this issue, and the one thing that disturbs me as a citizen and as a person who has spent a lifetime trying to keep the Medicaid program healthy, it's not a social program. Anybody listening that thinks it's a social program, it is a medical insurance program, just like your Medicare, just like your VA, except it's more direct. It is actually more powerful than those programs, and we're an impoverished state. We can't ever forget that. I don't care what flag you fly on your political party. We're talking about people's lives here. We're talking about our grandmothers and grandfathers that are in nursing homes, and so the legislature's got to get serious about this, lest Governor Reeves will definitely call the legislature back in session, because this state cannot exist.
Well, wait a minute. If you're talking about your grandparents, you're talking about Medicare, not Medicaid, for the most part. Isn't that right?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Medicaid if they're in a nursing home.
In a nursing home.
And we have, yes, and they don't pay otherwise, unless you're eligible.
I got you. Your final advice here. Your advice to the House and Senate?
Well, get real, and let's get this part to fix. This is playing with people's lives more than anything else that you could possibly do. Call Governor Barber and ask him what playing with Medicaid does for him. Call Phil Bryant, who had to call us back in session when this same thing happened and Medicaid failed. It's got to pass. We've got to have a substantial Medicaid program. So, guys and